And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the New York Giants. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
That's it, baby. We're going to work. Ready, secure. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. From midfield now, here's Taylor. He gets this to Devontae Adams. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check it back, check it back.
Now Taylor. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
Giants, first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Let's go now. Henry, Mike, number 53. 53. Here we go.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready? 10 Lobo. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, check. Check.
Now the Georgia Southern man is Matt Breida, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Keep it up, guys. Watch safety. 6-6. Pull it high. Safety's creeping.
On second down, it's McSorley. Finds his rookie first-rounder. It's Noah Fant. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
Mike 5-9. Watch the fly. Watch the fly.
This is Breida. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Taylor to throw. And this one complete to Reed. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for the Giants. 58 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's get it.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Here's Taylor. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. K1 Short, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Throwing on 2nd down, McSorley. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's McSorley. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
First down, Green Bay.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
15-1.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. This is the tight end Fant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Ready. 60-or. They can't hang with us. Fight.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, McSorley. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. K1 Short in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
3rd and long.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. McSorley from the shotgun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because
he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Jordan Reed, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's good to make it 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Thomas. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great?
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Paul Richardson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Whoa, he just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Another throw on second. Down, and this one incomplete as well.
Intended for Juju Smith-Schuster.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now it's the backup Tannehill. And he's able to find Diggs. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
A gain of 15.
They run with Breida. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
From just shy of midfield, Tannehill. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman of the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Andrew Billings able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that will be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Taylor. It's caught here by Adams. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Go on. Come on, D. Check 13.
Now Taylor on first down. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Tannehill now just 3 of 6 throwing it, but that last completion gets a first down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
You got 4.
To the air again, Tannehill. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On third down, a run from Breida. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. Now a timeout coming here defensively, as on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This from 54 yards away. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. On the handoff, this is Breida. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, keep it up. Let's go.
Tannehill throwing again. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the 1st half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a give to Breida, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Check, 59.
Now.
That's what I do.
On 2nd and goal, Tannehill nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Tannehill, touchdown, Packers. Noah Fant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. McManus's point after is good, and that will shave one more off this lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Saquon Barkley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 7, Taylor. And that's complete to Adams. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ready? 56, right there, 56.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
On 3rd and 1, it's Taylor. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Andrew Billings in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
I got you.
Topper. Hey, Rock, get it.
To throw is Tannehill. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's the Packers who have the football but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd and a yard, Tannehill, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point from McManus is good, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That's good for the Giants. First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
A first down carry for Barkley. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Let's go to base. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Come off the ball.
3rd and 2, now Taylor. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I know he ain't got it. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 43. Kill. Check. Go. 15. Sponge. No.
They'll run with Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. K1 short. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Here's Tannehill. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. 27 yards there, a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Tannehill now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards, first down Packers.
Hey, C6.
Tannehill on first down. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Hey, Sam off. Let's go.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From the red zone now, Tannehill. Going left side here, and it's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Rock it. Shoot. Now.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Taylor going to throw it. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
53, Mike. 53 is the Mike. 53 is the Mike. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Taylor to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Crayvon LeBlanc with a pick. And he is all the way up past the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. He finds an opening past the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw. Go. 55, come on, guys, 55. Quit talking about it and bring it. Check, 55.
One last throw here for Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Giants, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio stuff to gate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so we can say we got return. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing, relieving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all, beat the flow. Are you ready? Set? Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?